Hi everyone, welcome to the PoliticAL update with me, Alexandra Acker-Lyons. I pay attention to the political news so you don't have to. This is the advice I give my millionaire clients and you get it for free. It is Saturday, June 6th. Hello from Greece. I have been to Athens, being reminded about the origins of democracy in a very good way. And now I'm here on Rhodes Island, and then we go to Kalymnos. Not doing some of the more touristy islands, but looking forward to beaches, and we've been eating very well. Okay, let's get into it. We have a lot of primary news, a lot of updates. So in California, they are still counting ballots, and this is stressful, including for Republican conspiracy theorists who want to, make more there. On the one hand, California, get your shit together. We can figure out how to do this better. On the other hand, it's a huge state, and counting that many votes, especially when they don't have to be received until Election Day, just takes time. But they can definitely improve that system. So looks like it's going to be Beccera versus Steve Hilton in the general election, although Tom Steyer still could pull off an upset. There's just too many outstanding ballots to know exactly, and they're coming from all over the state, so it kind of depends on did all those last minute votes in really blue places all go to Steyer, etc. Also, a lot of outstanding ballots in House races, so we don't necessarily know what a lot of those general election lineups are going to look like. We'll have more on that hopefully next week. In Iowa, Josh Turek pulled off a win for that U.S. Senate seat versus Ashley Hinson. That is framing up to be one of the more competitive races for the Senate, and I'm just glad that primary was nice and early, and we can get it out of the way. Sort of a surprise win by Zach Lahn on the Republican side for governor. This probably gives Rob Sand an even better shot to win for governor here. And then our three Democratic women in Iowa, 1, 2, and 3, won as expected. Those will be extremely competitive. In Montana, Sam Forsag, the smoke jumper, pulled off a win to run in Montana 1. That sets that up to be a very competitive race. Rebecca Bennett won the primary in New Jersey 7 to take on the missing Tom Keene, who has said he's out for health reasons for the last 3 months, has not said what or why, and has been stock trading while he's gone. Not a good look. And Deb Haaland won a very decisive victory in the New Mexico governor's race. Really, really proud of her. That race got pretty nasty at the end, and she won with 73% of the vote. So yay, Deb Haaland. Of course, the huge news this week, coming out of Maine again. This primary is on Tuesday, and some more allegations and news came out about Graham Platner, who is just sucking up so much political oxygen. Graham Platner. No one is perfect, and that's okay. He does seem to have a disturbing history of just really not respecting women. And I want to kind of point folks to both Amanda Littman's take on this race and also to Cheyenne Hunt's take on this race, because I think they're both really great. And I've been kind of sitting with this in terms of, is it worth it to support someone whose morals you have trouble with in order to win the seat? That feels pretty MAGA Trumpy icky. On the other hand, we got to win the Senate. And, Janet Mills has pointed out that she's still on the ballot. I wish we could have recruited one of the amazing governor candidates that we have running in Maine to run here instead, because a 78-year-old career politician and this incredibly flawed man of the people don't have to be our only choices, but with the primary being Tuesday, it looks like they are our only choices, and I think the voters of Maine will know all about Platner, warts and all, and they'll make up their minds, and then we'll make up our minds about whether or not we think he has earned our support. And I just don't know where I am yet. Want to kind of see how he continues to respond to some of this. But it's not great. And we don't have to only have establishment candidates running. But if you're a newbie, my God, self-research, spend the money and get it all out there. And, he did a great job responding to some of the other criticisms of him. If he had kind of put everything out there at the beginning, I'm curious what their reaction would have been. But it's not awesome. We'll have a couple more primaries on Tuesday, and we'll report back, including Maine's gubernatorial race, which has ranked choice voting, which is pretty interesting, and the race for Maine's 2nd congressional district. Okay, other political news. A judge has ordered Donald Trump's name to be removed from the Kennedy Center. Woohoo! Get out the popcorn. We also saw Republicans finally say, no, we're not going to have this ridiculous retribution slush fund. Although there are a lot of departments under his control that have a lot of missing money. So really looking forward to House Democrats taking back the House and doing some oversight as to where a lot of this money went, because we also saw that people who gave to the ballroom received like tenfold government contracts, and the corruption just continues to be rampant. Still no deal on Iran, which, he keeps saying, we have a deal, and then there's no there. No shock. Couple of under-the-radar things. The House cut WIC funding this week, which is Women, Infants, and Children. It is kind of an auxiliary program to SNAP, allowing pregnant women and women with young children to buy more healthy food. So that's where we're at. They're cutting funding for hungry people and cutting funding for women and children in an era when they desperately want women to be having babies. Jill Biden's book and Joe Biden's book, which apparently is coming out in September, which, if I'm their publishers, I get it. I want to get these books out there. They have every right to write a book and go make money off of it. The timing's not great. They just still seem to have absolutely no self-awareness of their role in all of this, which is really sad because they're wonderful people. Joe Biden was a public servant his entire career. Maybe he will do and talk about things a little bit differently on his book tour than Dr. Biden has been doing. My shout out of the week goes to the amazing Greek people, especially those in the service industry, who we have just had the pleasure of talking to and interacting with. It's a beautiful, warm, wonderful country. And looking forward to having another week here. Thanks. Bye.